Hello everyone and welcome to the exciting conclusion of the 2025 World Championships here on MDG Media. This is final Front9 FPO chase card coverage. The cut has happened, the upper end of the field remains. I'm Connor Wood and with me Mr. Andrew Gum.
Pleasure to be here. Super excited to see our champion crowned here on the legendary Beast course in Nokia, Finland. First Worlds outside of North America, and it's been a treat. Everybody's been loving it. I'm sure you have been too. We got one more round of it to bring you, and we can't wait to share it with you at this moment.
There is no question this is some of the best coverage of the year. We will kick off our chase card with Anniken Kristiansen Steen. She has been very common here on MDG Media throughout the season. A mainstay lefty, has all the skills, of course.
Yeah, we have major champion Silva Saarinen representing MVP Discs here at home, just about an hour drive from where she's from in Oiti, Finland. And it's pretty exciting to have her on the card here, final day.
Joining them, Hansen. She has shown in the last few rounds on MDG Media some incredible performances, some lackluster performances. We're going to see her try and settle the score here today.
Yeah, we also have Emilie Nesse. Super excited to have the Norwegian on the card. Young gun, she's the European junior champion from Norway, as we said, Espeland. Pretty excited to have her on the card as well. It's a really great chase card for the final day.
We kick it off this final day, of course, as always, on hole 1. This par 3 sits at 98 meters. You have the initial triple mando that you need to beat. The fairway then goes straight and softly to the left. There is also a downhill and right to left slope, so players are actually going to be throwing shots that on flat ground might be a straight result and naturally filter to the left, ideally use some of the ground play, land before the pin and slide on up. The speed control is the most important thing to try and park it. To have a look, you just need to hit the initial gap both through the mando and within the trees.
Yeah, hole 1, great vibes always, right outside of the Nokia ice hockey rink, which acts as tournament central during this very prestigious event. Normally the European Open, in this case, the World Championships. And you could kind of feel just how big of a moment this is with this photography.
First in the tee, currently in 5th place at 2 under par. Your 3-time Norwegian national champion, representing Sigurdbacks and Norway, Anniken Steen!
Anniken Kristiansen Steen shot the hot round here on moving day at the World Championships. 4 down, 10.26 rated round. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, I felt like I was off to a good start with 2 birdies in a row, and of course then we had the rain. I was struggling somewhere in some of the holes with the grip that gave me a couple bogeys, but I found a way to deal with it eventually, and yeah, I kept it together.
Yeah, I kept it very well together, especially on the putting green, shooting 100% from C1X and 50% from C2 range. How was it feeling on the green?
It felt really good, actually. On some holes that I probably on another day would have maybe laid up, I was feeling it today. So I was like, okay, we go for it, and yeah, it went in.
It's great to have that feeling, especially when it counts the most here at the Worlds. What was your best putt of the day?
My best putt was, I would have to say on hole 13, where you had the split tree. I was in C2 and I was like, okay, I feel this one. We're gonna go for it, and it went in. So,
death putt there.
Yes.
Huge highlight. It's a great feeling. How's your overall experience been here in Finland for the World Championships?
It's been amazing, really. I played here. This is my 3rd year or something. And it's always so cool to come back and to see all the spectators. We've had also a lot of Norwegian spectators here that are rooting for all the Norwegians. It's, just really good.
Yeah, they definitely come out strong to support. We've seen a lot of Norwegian flags, a lot of people cheering you on. So you're going to be at the top of the chase card, currently 7 strokes back from the lead. What's the game plan for tomorrow?
I'll say just do the same. Don't look at scores and get that hole 16.
Survive the 16.
Yeah,
that's kind of the game plan for everybody, I guess, here. And so, yeah, would you be happy with a podium finish, or are you trying to push for the win, or are you just going to try to be in the moment and make the most of it?
I'll try to be in the moment. I mean, it's going to be a while until next time we have Worlds in Europe. So, yeah, I'll just soak everything in and do my best.
All right, we're looking forward to seeing that coverage on MDG Media. Thank you so much for joining us, and best of luck.
Thank you.
Yeah, nice to hear from Anniken. And really, it's cool that we also have Emilie Nesse on the card. Anniken is her idol, so she's been looking up to her for her whole career. Nice to get to play together at Worlds, and
Next on
Anniken
the
off to a great
team,
start.
currently in 6th place at 1 under par. Your one-time major champion, representing Team MVP and Finland, Silva Saarinen!
Yeah, we know we're in for some highlights always when we have the machine on coverage. She's been doing it for years. Never fails, and here we go. Right off the bat, get one. Art.
Next on the tee, currently in 7th place at 3 over par. Representing Team Discmania and United States, Ella Hansen!
As I mentioned in the player introduction, Ella has had a very tumultuous showing in Europe. Some really strong rounds, some slightly weaker rounds, and everything in between. But what she has proven is that when she puts it all together, she can compete with the very best in the world, without a doubt. And a good shot there to get her just inside the circle, putting for birdie.
Next on the tee, currently in 8th place at 4 over par. Representing Team Innova and Norway, Emilie Nesse!
So Ella and Ida pretty far back from the podium positions at this point. There's kind of quite a gap there between, I guess, 6th and 7th and 8th place. So they're going to have to do something special out here today to boost themselves up into that equation. Ida looking a little bit wide on this one. Gets some unfortunate roll. Well, it's not too bad a roll, actually, because it curled up. It'll give her a look at the basket.
And looking uphill as well, it's a safer one to run on the elevated. And it's not just, of course, these players are looking to podium at the World Championships. That would go a long way. We see simple layup for Ida. But there's also some very significant purses on the line. Straight cash money.
Yeah.
Every spot in the top 20, top 30. There's some serious opportunity for these professionals. So that also can, coming down the line, if they're not in contention for the lead, you can't give up. There's still a lot of other things to fight for. Money, rating, prestige, reputation.
All of the above, and Disc Golf Pro Tour points to boot. Great start there from Ella Hansen with the birdie.
And it looks like birdies for Ella and Silva. The pars for Anniken and Ida. Finally, we see Silva approach. Light work for Saarinen. Really impressive stuff and great poise to start the final round.
Brilliant start. Moving on to hole 2. It's a par 3, 95 meters or 312 feet. Bending from left to right. OB all around. We are actually sitting here on this green right now doing this commentary. Pretty cool. Well, I guess on the fairway, on the side of the fairway, but we're over there on the right that we're just passing with the drone. Here you see there's quite a few trees deep of the basket that can get in your way if you push it too long. Also always that OB to contend with. But yeah, there's quite a few options here. If you got the righty forehand, you know, the roller plays really good. Even an air shot turnover can get you there. So it's kind of whatever you're feeling like is most high percentage for you to attack this one for the birdie. And we have the lefty, Anniken, of course, on the card, and she's going to show us a really nice touch hyzer with that.
We go to Silva up first, looking to manipulate the backhand. Turnover is fighting underneath those branches rather than around them. It is overturned and it is cut rolling backwards, even for a brief moment flashing the left side OB, but she does stay safe.
Oh, yeah. Ella opted for that forehand and landing it right there next to the basket. Brilliantly done.
Plays well to her skill set.
Anniken's lefty backhand gets chopped down by the trees on the right side. Most likely a pitch up for par from there. Ida going with the big air shot backhand.
And I like the height. I like the turn. If it has the late push,
yeah.
it is good. And there we go. She finds herself inside the circle. We see, in comparison to Silva's turnover line, a lot more width and height. And I think that's what this hole calls for. A backhand that kind of looks almost like it could be a forehand in terms of its shape.
Absolutely. Jump putt approach on point. Anniken lays it up. Did have a little breeze out here today. It's been warm all week. Okay, yesterday had some little bit chilly showers in the morning. We see that putt just a little high off the band. Great effort. Just some slight breeze today. Plenty warm. Fairly comfortable conditions though for scoring, and Ella's doing just that. She's 2 down through 2.
Obviously, that's where you would like to be. We see a lot of players find danger, particularly on the final stretch here at the Beast. That front 9 is where they're looking to score, looking to get their way under par. And then on the back 9, particularly holes 15 onwards, it really is just don't blow up the round. Let's get there. Let's get it done. And for FPO in particular, some eagle opportunities. Although those holes, like I said, are dangerous, they're also an opportunity to get aggressive.
Indeed. Moving on to this one, what do you see?
This is a par 5 rather, hole 3, 240 meters. We have a choice here off the tee. You can either lay it up into this initial landing zone or try to cross this OB River here, once again re-entering the inbounds. It's a big crush though, and the fairway, while being large enough to have a landing zone, can very quickly, with a little bit too much fade, too much turn, or even a tree kick, find yourself OB. They then have to navigate around under between this late tree line, leading to this bowl green with a slight crest in the hill, an elevated basket, and OB right behind. This is a hole that, in theory, can be eagled with 2 amazing shots and likely a long putt. It is also a hole where a lot of players opt to just lay it up, take it easy. Ella, not one of those players. She's looking to crush this, and it is smoked well over into the second inbounds area.
Wow.
That's the sort of stuff that gets you an eagle look potentially.
Oh yeah, she got on that. Yeah, Silva doing very well. Also carrying past that OB, getting up there to the second landing zone there. Everything she needs.
Anniken opting for the standstill would suggest that she is most certainly not going for that initial shot over, and she lays it up. That is not a layup for par either, Andrew. This hole is birdieable with the layup, which is why a lot of players tend to do that. We see, I think, 2 and 2, Ida looking to do the same here. Just a simple placement shot.
Ida from a standstill. Crossing that OB with no trouble. Fading back to the center fairway beautifully. Lefty backhand for Anniken on the second, but misrelease. No, it's good. It hits the stake, stays in. Yeah, it looked a little wide, but I guess she had a good, nice overstable disc, and it was a perfect play. Did get kind of a nice little skip off the stake. Luckily, that didn't reject her in any way.
Silva with another standstill there. She gets a long hyzer shape, beats the tree line, or at least enters it. That will offer her a chance to avoid the low ceiling that we see Ella contending with here. This one, exactly that low ceiling, it causes players to try and punch through a low shot, and she doesn't get the progress she wants given that lack of height. We go now to Ida.
Yeah, that definitely got in her head. She's got all the power to reach the basket from where she was. That's just a little too high. You see that ceiling, denying that shot. We saw the Norwegian fans out there in full effect, as Anniken mentioned in the opening.
Ella shaping the forehand, just beating the corner of the tennis court, gets her way up there. Nicely done. That looks like another birdie for her here, stringing together 3 in a row. Her perfect start continues.
Turkey time for Ella, as we see Ida overjuice that approach, slides into the OB. Silva looking like she's just going to pitch up. Smart move, right to the bullseye.
Ida, a very uphill look, and there we go. She is good for it in the circle. That is the bogey. After the layup, it's a little bit painful, but that does obviously give you an additional throw needed to cross into the inbounds.
Brilliant stroke in there from Anniken, giving those fans something to cheer about with a solid birdie here. First of the round. 1 down and 3 down total. Still in the equation for those podium positions if she can put on a charge. Ella in for her birdie. 3 in a row. Fantastic. Silva here with a short tap in to convert.
For a little bit of a bounce off the pole back towards her, but that is all right. It sticks the landing.
Everybody digs a swinging cat.
Yeah, we saw some of those very enthusiastic Norwegian fans out there cheering them on, and we're happy to have 2 on this chase card. We're moving on to hole 4. It's a par 4, 188 meters through the Finnish woods here. Lots of different trees. Low ceiling, tight gap, sloping hillside right to left, OB up on the road. Yeah, not a good place on the left if you end up down there, so you keep it in the center of the fairway. Hopefully on your approach, you'll have an opportunity to get under this ceiling and up to this well-guarded green for an opportunity. Ida left out of the star frame and taking an unfortunate bogey. She'll have to move to the back of the box. Ella up first, ripping on a forehand, skipping it up into that hillside. That's a pretty good spot up there. I mean, she might have some footing issues being on the slope, but that can open up that another forehand into the green from up there. So she might be in a pretty good spot. Silva going backhand, threading the needle. Cut rolls a little at the end, but in a fine position. Back a little bit from easy birdie range, but we'll see what she can do, if she can even get herself a circle 2 look. You know she's dangerous for it, so. Do what you gotta do, no worries.
And just like that, Anniken in the fairway. We go now to Ida, looking to find herself in a favorable position. She plays out the left side with the Anheuser turnover and straightens it out at the end, that late fade. She settles in a friendly spot.
Silva from the standstill, looking like she's most likely just going to play for par now. But she's going to try to gain as much distance as possible. And she does pretty well. The cut roll puts her into a fine position where she can look up at the basket, and should be a pretty easy up and down from there for her, most likely. Now Ella's forehand, keeping it low, powering up on it, but was it pulled too much left? Sort of looked like that.
And she seemed displeased. You heard the roars from the crowd there, even here on hole 4 that is across the road. Again there, the action going on. Speaking of action, there's a lot of it throughout the course. You hear the noises. There's a lot here in our commentary booth, and that's just a sign of the weekend. There's 10,000 people here on this final round, tons of media, tons of players, and even more fans. It's a busy place to be.
It's the place to be worldwide, the epicenter of disc golf at the moment, and we're happily here bringing you this coverage. Hope you enjoy it. But yeah, it's been a bit chaotic here. Lots of people doing everything they got to do to close down shop, as we see solid approach up there on the green.
Silva hits the inside gap, a soft Anheuser to manage that right to left slope. We go now to Anniken.
Oh, very nice there. First birdie of the day on the hole. 4.51 average, third hardest on the course. Anniken able to get it done. Congrats on that solid birdie. She's been doing that all week. I think she got it every time. Solid par there from Ella.
Her perfect start does come to an end. But still 3 under through the first 4. A dream start for almost any player in the field.
Oh yeah, anybody would take that any day. That's a hot pace out here at the Beast.
We continue on to hole 5. This par 3 sits at 102 meters by measurement, plays probably closer to 90 given the soft downhill. It's really like a valley shot. You have a very steep right to left slope. As a result, players are going to try to play up right into the hill, right of the green, and let that slope filter them back. The backhand turnover plays, you just need to really be sure to keep your angles tight, clean, don't fade out down the hill. Alternatively, the forehand, of course, most naturally ends to the right and fights the slope. That, if you're comfortable with it, I think shapes the fairway most naturally and removes the majority of the risks that you can find here, both the roll and the fade down the hill. Or if you're a lefty, of course, you have a very comfortable backhand, as we see for Anniken here. Crispy clean into the green. That was mean.
Nice words. And great shot, too. Very poetic commentary here in the booth. And the field's got this one dialed. It's averaging under par, 2.8 average, so over 30% of the field able to get the birdie here after the cut on final day. Pretty impressive stuff. Not as easy as it looks.
Silva, this is the danger of the backhand, that if you do not control the late flip, you can quickly find yourself way down left. And I think she has done just that. We go to Ida. Also, backhand dominant player. Looking like a very similar fate to Silva. Neither of them getting... Oh, scratch that. She is at the edge of the circle. Friendly tree gifting her many meters back. That would have been way down the hill had it completed its flight.
Nice dose of finished tree love right there. Love to see it. Silva, pulls the approach wide right, hits a tree. Still out and nearly bangs a huge highlight putt. Hits the nubs and the chains. Smooth stroke there, but didn't have quite enough pop.
And there it is, another smooth delivery from the smooth operator, Ella Hansen. 4 down through the front 5. She picks that momentum right back up. I thought she might be hopping off the birdie train. I was very wrong. She hops right back on.
Getting right back on it.
She is now officially, Andrew, also 1 under par total Getting there.
Made some brilliant progress here on the final day. Super hot shooting, solid pace. 4 for 5. Making a run. You know, doing everything she's got to do. Anniken right there as well. She's got herself a turkey. Let's not forget that. 3 in a row for the talented Norwegian. And we move on. Hole 6, par 3, 100 meters. Up the hill. Tight gap. You just want to try to get through this stuff here. All these trees that you see. If you can flip up hyzer ideally and get it to ride straight. And then it climbs up this hill at the very end towards the green. You know, gaps all along the way. You have to be as straight as you can and get that little skip and slide at the end in order to get yourself a birdie look here.
I think you nailed it, Andrew. The best flight to pierce this is a hyzer release through the gap that late flips up into the green. Anniken up first off the tee, and look at that. Quite a picturesque shot, a little bit short, but does not touch a thing, even a soft landing, sliding her up for a few extra meters. Ella here looking to shape the forehand, also plays well. It's likely going to be a flex out to the right, bringing it into the gap. Exactly as you'd like to see your forehand fly. 2 great shots so far.
So nice. Ella and Anniken are really dialed in here for this final round, making a push from the chase card. It's really great to see. Ida's still looking for that first birdie. This is a little bit left. It kicks out, though, from the rough. She's going to have a circle 2 look for it. Silva does pretty well, gets around that tree. Not quite up to the basket, but an opportunity for a huge highlight. This is in her range. She's giving it everything she's got. Just comes up a little bit short and left. Great effort, though. This one's proven quite difficult for the field, averaging 3.22. We've only seen a couple birdies up to this point from Rachel Turton and Paige Pierce. Good gets. See if we can get another one here. Ella with a long putt, and she drills it. Nice work. The birdie run continues. 5 down through 6. Super hot.
Absolutely scorching. Ida, a chance of her own. And she had a very almost pure hyzer shape, but was able to sneak through. You mentioned that friendly kick opened up the angle for the putt. Does not translate that to the birdie, however.
Few tap-ins there for par. Great birdie from Ella.
Hey guys, quick pause. A lot of people are involved in this project. Our goal is to grow the sport and share it with as many people as possible. So if you want to support us, subscribe to the channel, like and comment the videos if you like them, and hit the bell so you don't miss anything. It seems small, but it really helps us keep creating free content on YouTube. Enjoy the video.
Hit the bell, hit the buttons, hit that comment section below. Tell us what a good time you've had watching this 2025 Worlds coverage. Our players hopefully going to have a good time here on hole 7. Par 4, 191 meters. You have this straight shot that bends uphill and ideally softly to the left. That will open up your angle, although a purely straight shot will also do. This second shot, you must wind your way through these many trees, managing now the left to right slope and an extremely steep drop off right behind the pin. One of the touchiest upshots required on the course and one of the most dangerous greens on this course. Hole 7 requires a lot of things to go right, and for that reason it is a very difficult birdie.
Yeah, it's a toughie but a goodie. Second hardest on the course at 4.53 average. We've seen a couple birdies already today. We're going to shout them out. Amanda Leonardson and Jessica Weiss. Good get. Ella off to a good start. Moves out through the gap and off to the left side like you'd like to do. Anniken's going to go with the forehand. Putting a good move on this. Keeping it low with the stability to skip up the hillside, and it does just that. Excellent work.
Ida, a nice straight pushing flight here. catches that hard earth for a great skip as well. I think a little bit unfortunate that she's tucked right behind that tree, being a backhand predominant player. That will make her swing a touch harder, but a good shot nonetheless. And I think that really is just a little bit of random chance. She hit the gap, she did everything right. Where the trees are is not really within your control, obviously. Silva overturns it a touch, but she's near the top of the hill where that upslope ends. So
yeah,
I think that's a reasonable par, Andrew.
Yeah, out of position to attack for birdie. It looked like it kicked a little bit right, so she might have some stuff to deal with. Hopefully she's able to get back to the fairway without too much trouble as Anniken moves up, making good progress on the second shot. Ella with a really nice upshot. Got a little squirrely at the end. Not sure how far she rolled down. Hopefully not much, but that was a good looking forehand. Now we see Silva wasn't in too bad of a spot, as you said, as you guessed. And she does pretty well. Makes some great progress, hits the ceiling, but she's in a good spot.
And we see the benefit here of ending to the left on the tee shot. You have the widest and most clear entrance into the green. Ida not able to take full advantage of that, however. Anniken in a similar position. They have to manage their speed coming into the slope. And expertly done by Anniken Kristiansen. Steen does not even bring that hill or drop off into the equation.
That was real nice. Ida hits a tree right out in front of her. Having a little bit of struggle today, but she never gives up. She's a consummate professional. Brilliant etiquette and a great approach right there. Silva gets under that branch with a solid layup. Here we see Ella actually in a pretty decent position to give the putt a run.
Beautiful by Ella. She continues this gnarly streak of birdies. Obviously, only one hole interrupted them, but look at the scoreboard. She's feeling it. We're feeling it. The crowd's feeling it. She knows that she's playing the game right now.
And we've never seen this course shredded to this degree. I mean, if she can keep up this pace. She's got 2 turkeys already. Another bogey for Ida, unfortunately, but just missed that hole 4. And she had a brilliant drive on 4, just wasn't able to get up to the basket, but we're seeing an incredible start here. And also Anniken playing very well. She's actually 5 down, so 2 strokes ahead of Ella overall. Pretty exciting chase card action here. This is, really heating up. And we're moving on to hole 8, par 3, 72 meters, up the hill and moving right to left. Baskets on a mound, protected by a few guardian trees on the inside and by these hay bales to keep the skips out, low skip shots. It plays like quite a bit more than 72. It is the shortest hole on the course, but you need to put on a little bit more, like 90 or 95 meters worth of power to get yourself up to the bucket. Second easiest on the course, 2.67 average. Let's see if our chase card can rack up some birdies. Ella looking really good, getting the skip, and that's 5 meters left for the birdie. For her 7th birdie.
Pretty incredible stuff we're seeing here, executing on the biggest stage on the last day, traditionally the one with the most nerves. Andrew, she seems completely comfortable, and Anniken playing one of the hardest lefty holes there so nicely.
That was gorgeous, really. I mean, what a shape to curve that lefty backhand and get it to land on a dime like that up on that mound green. Incredible stuff. Silva with a really good looking drive as well, and everybody's there putting. See if Ida can follow suit. Try to get that first birdie of the day. It's looking good. She's got the height, and she skips it up there for the CTP. It must be a great feeling after a little bit slow start, getting herself up on the dance floor.
It continues here, folks. Ella is now officially 7 down through the first 8 holes.
Wow. Flamin'.
Wow, indeed. And not to overshadow Anniken's amazing start here. She is 4 down through the first 8. Another start that I think is definitely above average.
Oh, yeah.
And that just says how crazy 7 is so far.
Yeah, and 6 down total, tied for 3rd as we speak. And Silva bangs home one. We're 1 short putt away from a star frame here on 8. See if Ida can make good.
And this would be her first birdie of this final round 5 2025 Worlds.
Sweet.
Just like that, she secures it. That's what we like to see here from the upper end of the field on hole 8, one of the shortest holes on the course.
Great job from the card.
Another opportunity to strike while the iron's hot. Hole 9, par 3, 110 meters. There's 2 main plays here. The forehand over the left side, pushing this corner of protruding OB, and then using this left to right slope and downhill to come in nicely with that left to right shape. Alternatively, the backhand turnover and slight flex down the middle plays very nicely as well. You just need to be a little bit tighter on the control regarding the OB long and OB to the right, but both of them will play. And I think given our card here and our athletes' preferences, we're likely to see, I'm going to guess, 3 backhands, or rather 2 backhands, 1 lefty backhand and a forehand.
Here's
Let's
that
see.
forehand you speak of.
Ella, to no surprise, I think, goes wide, goes over stable, goes high speed, and pretty unfortunate ground play.
Yeah.
That's really a great shot and entrance to get more movement right. Normally down the hill, that one just got eaten up. We'll see what Anniken is able to find on a similar gap for her lefty backhand.
I like it a lot. I love the shape. Go slow down, please. Overshoots it by just a few centimeters, really. That was a great looking shot. Just a little too hot. Silva on the inside line, getting the turn and the fade out, skip, roll, right there, circle's edge.
Ida looking to play the backhand, is ultimately punished for it. She has the reverse bounce back, looking like a bogey after her first birdie. Oh, in fact, even a bogey sandwich here.
No.
7, 8, 9, but that shot simply falls prey to the tree kick. It was not particularly off the line, but that is the sport. Sometimes it's better to miss big than miss small, especially in the woods. And Ella doing what she needs to do to clean up the 7 under through 9.
Oh, shy putt from Silva. You would expect her to cash that in, especially knowing how much she wants to win this World. It's starting to slip out of her grip, though. She really needs to pick up the pace.
And after this short series of tap-ins, we will have only 9 holes remaining here of this historic week. And what I would normally refer to as a weekend, I say week because this tournament started on a Wednesday. Yeah. For those of you who are following the action, you would know, ending on the Sunday today. And it's been incredible. It's been exciting. We've brought you along for this chase card action. And I think everyone involved is just happy to see the tournament getting through the rough weather, over the obstacles of having 10,000 plus people on site, and ultimately comes together just like that.
Super smooth, really. I've been enjoying every moment of it. And Ella's been just doing everything she can here. 7 down through the front 9. Anniken also with a really hot pace, 4 down, making Silva look like it's slow, but 2 down is actually normally a pretty good, front 9. We see out there, the battle taking place on the lead card as well. Super exciting. Final 9 conclusion coming at you very shortly. We appreciate everything you do to support us, and we're really excited to see you on that back 9.
Much like the people packing up the tournament right there, make sure to come back for the next one there on the back 9. We'll see you there to find out if anyone on our chase card can pull off a miraculous win here at the 2025 World Championships. We'll see you there.